We have list of phrases, and in this lesson we will create a structure of our application. For this, we will separate classes for the user interface and for the data. For this, choose our package Affirmations, click right button, choose New, then Package. The first package is UI, User Interface. The second package is Data, and we will use the third package for this Create New Package, and it will be Model Package. It uses for logic how we want to representation our data for user interface. Model package is between UI and data. And we click right button, then new Kotlin class file, and create our class affirmation to represent our affirmations. We will represent our data and rename our class as data class. We have an error because data class must have at least one parameter. For this, after name of our class set brackets and what we will send to our affirmation class. We can send the data, and our data are in the strings XML, and we can send in our affirmation class string ID for find our strings. For this, create the name, for example, string resource ID, and string resource ID have integer type. Okay, and we have error because we must create our string resource ID variable. For this, add val, it's okay. But it is only a model of our data. In real application, we have our data from the internet, from the IP, or we can download our data to database of our application. And to load or to save data, we use data package. Click data, then right-click, new Kotlin class file, and create our data source. Data source. Enter. Inside the data source, create a function which will load our affirmations. Function load affirmations and brackets. For function parameters and figure brackets for actions in this function. We haven't parameter in entrance of our function, but we want to get the list of our affirmations. For this, return this list. List from our model. Our model is affirmation. Okay, and let's create this list. For this type, list of, we have errors, we have a parameter in exit list affirmation, we need to return it. Return, that's okay, and we have a type. Type is a list of affirmations. We haven't data from the internet, but we have our manual strings of our affirmations, and we will use it in data source to generate our list. In brackets, type affirmation, I make screen more bright, and in bracket create our list. Resource, it's our resource. Then we need string, point, string, then point. We need to import method. For this, press Alt Enter and then import. That's okay. It was imported. After string, point, and choose our phrase. The first phrase is phrase 1. We have 10 phrases. Then let's create list of 10 phrases. Press Ctrl D or Command D in Mac and copy 10 rows. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then rename it phrase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we need comma between our phrases. It's okay. And to create connection between data and user interface, let's work in main activity. Main activity, it's also for user interface because drag it and drop to the user interface package. Then click refactor, and to see our changes, click build, then clean project. If it is not work, we can click file and then invalidate caches. And after the restart of our application, we see the main activity file inside the user interface layer. First, we need to find our visual element. For this, go to Resources, then Layout, and then Activity Main XML. We have only one field, text view. Click, then in the ID field, write the name of our field. For example, text size. Size is the size of our list, which we will send here. Then go to main activity and in the onCreate method find our visual text view element. For this, type find view by ID and then in brackets type R resource, then point, ID, then point, and we have our text size. We have problem because we need to create variable for this expression. For this, type val and then, for example, text size is find view by ID. We have not enough information of type. For this, type text view. That's okay. Then let's display the size of affirmations list. For this, write text size, then point, then choose text. Text of our text size element is from data source, because in data source we have our data and we have size of our list of affirmation. Write data source, then brackets, after that point, and we have our function load affirmations, in which we have our list of affirmation. We return our list and in main activity set point and write size of our list. We have error because size is integer, but text size text is char sequence, because we write point and choose to string. We have an error and we can run our app to check how it works, how the connection between data source and user interface works. And instead our hello world text, we have a size of our list. Our connection between layers works, and in the next lesson we will create recycle view list for our affirmations. See you soon.